What's up, everybody? Lou Vegas Superhome, yoursuperhome.com. Hey, coming to you with another video. We have something interesting today. We're going to use AI to build a tool for real estate investors. I've been playing around with this new AI tool called Lovable, which is a no-code prompt to code platform, which basically means you talk to it, you type to it, and it builds you stuff. So it's been pretty incredible thus far. I haven't actually done anything yet. I haven't actually tried to make this yet, so we're going to do it together live, but I have a prompt that I made and I want to just see if it works. So let's go ahead and jump right in here. All right, so here we are. We're in a tool called Lovable. Now this is a AI, again, prompt tool. It's very new. There's another one out there called bolt.new, which I've actually tried in the past as well. I tend to love this one right now. I'm going to insert a prompt and see if we can build a tool for real estate investors to analyze their rental income portfolio. So that was the idea I have. Just to kind of go a little bit further on this, the end goal of this is to really be able to create a dashboard that pulls in all this information and analyzes all of your maintenance, utilities, taxes, insurance, vacancy rates, management, and kind of factors in like all your net profits. Here's my prompt. I did it in advance. I want to build a dashboard using React and Vite, which is basically web app coding languages, that analyzes rent income for let's do rental income for a multi-unit portfolio and have it do a net profit based on the maintenance costs associated with every unit. Now, for example, analyze all maintenance, utilities, management, taxes, insurance, and vacancy for every unit. Have it compare against other units in chart format with all descriptions. You should be able to see all individual units versus the entire portfolio. So let's see. Make sure there is a portfolio view. Also, data should be able to pull from Google Spreadsheet for now, but later should be able to use an API from a property management system. All right, no idea what's going to happen here. Let's give it a go. Create. All right, so here's what's happening. On the left is the prompt I just gave it. You see this little flashing dot here. So this little dot is what is basically the AI thinking and seeing, asking. It's asking itself, what to do here based on the prompt. And on the right is the code it's building. So you see it's literally just writing the code. I don't write code. I can read it a little bit just because I have some background in it from years ago, but it basically took this. And now on the left, if you see here, it says, let me help you create a beautiful functional rental portfolio dashboard that can draw inspiration from modern financial dashboards like Stripe, property management platforms like Buildium, which you might be using, and real estate portfolio tracking apps. And it just is right in the code, and it's spinning up a preview here. Let's see what else it's going to do. I've created a responsive dashboard for you that shows you portfolio metrics, expense breakdowns. Wow. Okay. So this is pretty cool. That's not exactly what I was expecting. That's very neat. So we have total revenue, we have net profit, we have occupancy rate, we have active units, and then look, it's got little tooltips for each unit to show you each thing here, the maintenance, the breakout. Wow, this is neat. Unit performance. Now this is all obviously mock data, but we're going to actually try to give it some information for real and see if it allows you to analyze it. So look, it even created this import data button up here. I don't know if you can see that, but that's really neat. So awesome. Let's see what's next here. So now it says the next step would be to implement the Google Sheets integration. Would you like me to help with that? Okay, so I'm just gonna say yes. All right. Yes, help me integrate. Integrate, oh my goodness, with Google Spreadsheets. Wow, I cannot spell today. Let's see what it does. Okay, I'll help you integrate Google Sheets with your dashboard. We'll need to set up Google Sheets API, create a service to fetch data, and update components to use fetch data. And like over here, if I click this import data button, nothing happens right now because it's not ready for that. So you can see this button over here, nothing happens when I click on it. All right, so what is it saying here? So let's get down here. So it says to use this integration, you'll need to create a Google spreadsheet with these columns, share the sheet publicly, read only. And here's the thing too, like for now, I really don't want to go through the whole Google Sheets API. So I think I'm going to, and it looks like it's erroring again here, if you can see it at the bottom. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to tell it, remove the functionality to integrate with an API. I just want the ability to upload a CSV file for now. Let's see if it'll take that. So it's going to modify the code now to handle CSV file uploads instead of an API integration. So maybe the API integration was too big for now. Sometimes when you go to, and here, look, that's why I was, if you see here, I just saw this. The reason why I had the error was because it was already looking for the API key to be entered, and we hadn't done that yet. So that could have been the reason why it was breaking. So let's see now if it, okay, so here it's telling me what information it should have. Let me see if it'll create me a full list of columns and rows we can use as a template of, give me an example of columns and rows that we can use as a template, not just column names. Should we have a row for company name and date? See what it says. Maybe it'll give us an example here that we can use as our sample. Yeah, see, look, here it is. Yeah, see, so it's saying it can only handle the information for these values. So let's just try it. Let's just try it. Let's make a Google spreadsheet just based on that. And then we'll take it from there. Just variable numbers. And let's see if this takes. So we're going to export this, download as CSV. All right, so that downloaded. We're gonna go here, and now this button should work now. No file chosen. Okay, so it's using this button, choose file, as the button to upload the spreadsheet. Downloads, there's the spreadsheet right here. And here we go. So now, as expected, this is what the chart would look like, right? Because the numbers were incremental. But if the numbers were not incremental, then here goes, it basically is showing every unit here in a list and basically what would be like a spreadsheet view, and then it's charting it out. Gotcha. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. So what I would want to do is what I did was I clicked over here using the select tool, and I'm going to tell it to use that button, use this button as the primary upload button, not the button that says choose file. Primary file button up for the CSV. All right, let's see if it will. You can remove that. You can remove that one. Let's see if it takes out this middle button and uses the import data button. So let's modify the code to use the import data button, and the header is the primary. If you notice, it went away and removed the default input file. The import data button is now in the header. File upload, default file input has been hidden while maintaining all existing CSV parsing functionality. All right, so let's try it. Now I want to do like a whole bunch more information or data here. So let's export that CSV. We'll go here, and now this button should work. So this is my new one. It's all the different values here. I'm going to open that up, and now we see. All right, so the insurance was the one thing that was like pretty static, right? Yes, it was like 200, 201. So that's why so that's accurate. So this is accurately showing each one, and the insurance is like a pretty constant one. Like here we have a big utility bill here. So this is neat, right? So you can hover over, and we have unit 119 with a utility bill of 789. So you can really analyze like what's going on here and get an idea. So I really think this is a pretty neat tool. So what I would love to see is I want you, so actually what you can do is you can take a screenshot of part of the tool, take that screenshot, and then you can throw it into the tool and say, I want you to update the cards using the uploaded data. And so let's see how this goes. I like that it does like the little icons. It uses like this packages to like build these like little mini icons for different things. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's see what it says. It says let's update the portfolio overview component, which is this is how you can learn like coding and things like that. Like it says that it's using the portfolio overview component. So this part up here is called portfolio overview, this section. So now you know, like if you ever have to reference it in code, and you can actually go and like actually look at the code. But if you ever need to look at it, you can analyze what each thing is, because you start to learn, you know, what the names of things are. All right, so it looks like total expenses is 34,000, average unit cost, vacancy rate, and active number of units. So if we go here, do we have 22 units? Yeah. So we have one row for the header, and then 22. So if you can see like it already built out a tool that's accurate, that if you ever wanted to add additional things to it, you can add additional charts. let's see, like we have, like obviously, yeah, these expenses are high. But we should have, let's see. So this is really just all of the costs associated, but we don't have any gross income, right? So we need to account for gross income by unit. Also, make sure all of these values are calculated as monthly and yearly. Let's see, I will need to add a column for gross rent income, monthly and okay, let's see if this fixes it. All right, it's doing its thing. Components, CSV upload. You can see what it's doing down here. You can kind of read it. See? It tells you what it's doing. Unit list, updating that component unit list. All right, let's see what we get here. All right, so it looks like it's getting an error. Before I do that, I want to, well, actually, let's see where it found an error first. Let's hit try and fix it. Cannot read properties undefined. We're trying to format a number that's undefined. Okay, so it's like a coding error. So it's going to try to fix that. All right, so it says it's been fixed. All right, cool. So no errors after doing that, which is good. So let's try to do that. So what should the column names be for this new update? I want to make sure I'm giving it exactly what it's looking for, because then we can maybe even add a tool to download a sample spreadsheet. So what we want is, so gross income is the name of it all together. So monthly as a number. So these are all going to be monthly. So, okay, cool. So that's all we have to do. We just have to have a column called gross income. Gross income. Now, it had a capital in there. So I'm going to do it exactly, but we can always change that to tell it. So let's say monthly we get $1,600 a month. Let's change these taxes to be a lot smaller, like 50. We have our maintenance, and let's do some of these at like, for the month, like no maintenance at all. All right. And some of these might be vacant. So, okay, let's do this. We'll save this and we'll export this CSV. Let's name it so I know what I'm talking about. Rental dashboard V3, I think it is. Let's do that. All right, so we're going to go to our tool. It refreshes. We're going to go to import data. Here it is. Open. All right. So yeah, here we go. We have some So look, it has our annual net. It goes our net income, expenses, our gross income, expenses, net income. I like it. Annual net. So obviously these are a little wacky, these numbers, but we're just doing it to see if it's accurate, right? So it's taking the total of all of them, gross income. So let's see if this is accurate. So 33,230. If we go here and we go to our gross income and we just do a simple formula, we can find out if this is accurate. 33,230. There you go. So you see, this is a simple dashboard that's pulling in data, giving you information. If you needed a tool and you wanted to just, be able to upload a quick spreadsheet, you could do that. What's neat, again, would be if it was just syncing through the API, but we would need to have like a living spreadsheet with an API integration. It's something that maybe we can do now. But when I tried to do the API key, it seemed to be a little wacky. So I just wanted to create something basic. You can even ask it to do other things like update the logo to be called Rentified Dashboard and add a nice icon. And it will actually go in and update the logo. And it just does it by itself. You don't have to code. You don't have to design anything in Canva. You don't have to do anything. You just tell it what you want it to do and it just does it. So this is, again, just a quick way of, look at that, just made it blue and added, has the little icon here. This is just a simple way to use AI to help you in your real estate business. You could use this to do a million different things. If you wanted to build like a maintenance dashboard where you could allow tenants to upload, pictures of things that happened, and have it have a form where they can type in their unit number and their name, their email, and then it integrate with something else. There's sky's the limit, guys. There's like a million things you can do with this. But anyway, I just wanted to create like this cool little dashboard. I mean, how long did it take me to do this? So this is a very, very easy way to build custom things using code. I didn't write any code here, right? We're just typing in plain English and it's building stuff. So if you have any questions about AI, I'm learning just alongside other people as stuff becomes available. If you have any questions about AI specifically and maybe how you'll be able to use it in your business, drop me a comment. Let's talk and let's see how we can build something together that's useful in 2025. All right, guys, that's Lou Vega from Superhome, yoursuperhome.com. We'll catch you on the next one.